podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
all in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. The Eye Test with Pierre, McGuire, and Jimmy Murphy.
The Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche And after 22 years, Raymond Mark!
The sickest NHL podcast. It's gonna be sick.
And welcome to another edition of the Eye Test and On Campus Friday here on the Sick Podcast Network. He is Pierre McGuire. I am Jimmy Murphy. Pierre, how are you, my friend?
Very well, Jimmy. How you doing?
Not bad at all. We've got a great guest, and he's already lined up, so let's get right into it, and that is new Brown head coach Tom Upton joining us here on the Eye Test. Hey, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
You already got the swag working. I like it. That's good, Tommy.
They hooked me up day one. So I'm happy. I got some good stuff to wear for some of these Zoom calls I've been on.
Great stuff. So, Coach, take us through how did it come about through the coaching process here of getting hired at Brown?
You know what? It happened extremely quickly. Obviously, it was announced, I think, less than a month ago that Brendan was stepping down. And then right away, I went into our head coach here at UMass, Greg Carville, and just said, "Hey, Carv, this is a job that I would love to go after." Since I've been here with Carv 4 years, I haven't pursued any head coaching jobs at all. It's obviously something just that I've been cognizant of throughout my career. Don't want to just jump at everything. Want to make sure I feel ready and want to make sure I feel like it's a situation where I can go and help improve the program and have success. And when I heard the Brown job opened up, I did some homework on my own and thought that this was a place where things could really turn around and have success and win, but also develop players and move them on. And so I jumped on it right away with Carvey. Obviously, he made a couple calls for me. As did a couple of other of my mentors throughout the years, reaching out. And then I had a phone conversation with them probably 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And then a couple of days after that, they invited me on a Zoom call with some of the more administrative folks there at Brown. And then 3 days after that, I was on campus doing a in-person interview and spent a couple hours touring campus and touring the facilities and had dinner with them and all that. And then the very next day I got offered the job. So it happened really quick. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind, but that was the process in a nutshell.
All right.
So now I'm not on the search committee, but I'll ask you the question I want answered more than any other question. How are you going to beat Harvard, Dartmouth, and Yale in your backyard for players?
You know what? I just think it's up to me and our program to sell ourselves and what our strengths are, right? That's recruiting for me. I think everywhere I've been, and this is where I feel I've been very fortunate my 16 years, starting in Division III and spending time at a very small Division I school at Mercyhurst. I've been at places where, you might not have all the resources and all the glitz and glamour, but you got to really learn to sell yourself and sell your vision and your culture and the things that you believe in. And that's what I think will separate us. Obviously those schools do a tremendous job. All those staffs are great people and they do a great job as well. But I kept looking at everything, in regards to your question there, Pierre, is just why not Brown? Why not Brown? We have the elite education. We have a great area in Providence that we're in. The campus is beautiful. Mm-hmm. We're not far from Boston. We're not far from Newport, which are some of the most beautiful areas in our country. On top of that, our arena is great. Our facilities are great. And so I keep asking myself throughout the process, like, why not Brown? We just got to be able to establish and create a winning culture and a winning environment where these kids can not only feel cared for as people and feel like they're improving as young men and being prepared for their life, but also improving as hockey players and winning hockey games. And that's what makes it fun. So to answer your question, all those things are going to go into obviously recruiting. It's no different than recruiting anywhere else. You got to sell yourself and what your program believes in to an extent. I think we could do just that.
Coach, in terms of NIL and now the CHL NCAA agreement, how is your vision, your process of recruiting changed? Like what different approaches are you taking these days?
It's changed a ton. Obviously, the current school I'm at, UMass, has some different resources than other schools in that regard. And Brown and the Ivy League schools are going to be a whole different ballgame, But obviously the advantage that I see at a school like Brown is the elite education. There's very few schools in our country that can guarantee that, even from an alumni standpoint and the influential alumni that we have at a school like ours that could help these young men when they're done playing pro hockey, hopefully, get jobs and get high level jobs and have an opportunity to climb the ladder in whatever profession they decide to go in.
It's really a tough job, but I love what Coach said. His answer was really good. How are you going to deal with the academic index when you go up to deal with major junior players?
It's just about communicating for me. It's kind of simple for me. A kid's either a really good student can get in or he can't. that narrows your focus right away, obviously, which I think is a good thing for a scouting standpoint, right? And you guys have the background as well. When you're looking at a large pool of players, it's a little more difficult than if you just have narrow focus on some players. So for me, that's just a matter of communicating. At the end of the day, it's if a kid's academically able to get into Brown, then great, we'll recruit him, and he's a good enough player. But if he's not, he's not. We'll have to move on and find the next one that can.
Jimmy, I'm just going to take this one. I want me an auditorium filled. So how are you going to fill it?
You got to win games. People want to see a good product on the ice. Like this is collegiate athletics, but it's a business at the end of the day. And I look at it just like when I got to Madison in the USHL, 4 years ago before I started at UMass, the product on the ice needs to be good. People need to believe in what they're hearing and what they're seeing, and they need to have an entertaining team to watch. And people want to win. Fans want to win. People want to win. Everybody, whether you're in sports or not, you want to win. Mm-hmm. So obviously that's our first focus, right? We got to establish a winning culture and a winning environment. We got to put a good product on the ice for people, and then hopefully that'll transition into people getting in the building, But for me, right away, winning a puck battle or chasing your dream to sign in the NHL has nothing to do with how many people are in the stands. Has nothing to do with flying on private jets to away games or getting a steak dinner after games. A puck battle is a puck battle. And, those little things, obviously, we want to improve on. And those are important at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, if you want to win hockey games and you want to win a puck battle and you got to get to the net and you got to score goals, however many people are in the stands, that doesn't matter.
Coach, I'm wondering, you got to work with Greg Carvel there as a friend of the program here. Pierre's known him forever. We had him on a couple weeks ago. And one of the constant threads from what I recall of our conversation was accountability amongst not just the coach and the player, but amongst the players and each other, holding each other accountable. Did you notice that in the culture there, and how much you're going to try and transfer it to what you're doing now?
Absolutely. It's at the forefront of what we do is accountability. You got to hold everybody to the highest standard. That's one thing that obviously Carvey has done a tremendous job of here at UMass in creating this culture. And that's definitely something I'd like to bring with me, obviously. And that's created through leadership. You got to for me, leadership is a sacred thing. In any area of business or life, but especially obviously a team, you got to make sure that your leadership is top notch, and the people that you're appointing as leaders can carry your message and carry your culture every day, whether there's ups or downs throughout that day. They need to continue to set the standard for everybody. And I think through that is how you have the accountability, and then it's obviously empowering your leaders, right? Making sure that they know that you have their back as a head coach, that they can call out teammates and they can call out effort and make sure that they're setting the standard for other people and for our group at times. And that happens. You could have the best team in the world. That's going to happen throughout the course of a season and the course of different seasons as well. But for me, it starts with leadership, that accountability. You need to have it and you need to empower it.
Hey, Coach, will admissions allow you to play in the transfer portal?
Yeah, they are. So
that's a huge thing, as you know.
Yep. That's huge. Obviously, at an Ivy League school, we're limited with our spots, right?
Yep.
Which is not uncommon. Everybody deals with that in the Ivy League. But yeah, we do have a couple spots available for some transfers. So obviously that's exciting for myself.
Yeah, Jimmy, just so everybody at home, especially on the Canadian side of the border, for Coach to get that as a guarantee is a pretty substantial thing, especially at a Brown. And most of the Ivies don't even play in that pool. So that's pretty substantial. That's great, Coach. I'm really happy for you in that. What about the growth of in Providence? You're dealing with Providence basketball. You're dealing with Providence hockey. You're dealing with the Providence Bruins. Like, do you have any idea of how to market your group better besides what you said before with the winning part? Is there an outreach, or have they talked to you about that at all?
No, we talked about it for sure during my interview. And, one thing that we need to do a better job of as a program is we need to get out just in our Brown community, first and foremost. We need to attend other sporting events. We need to get involved with the university way more as a team and as a group. That's a big area of improvement, because if you're showing effort and you're showing love towards other people and other programs, and they're going to show that back at times, right? And I think that's the first step. And then obviously from there, getting involved in the Providence community as well. making sure that we're helping out at youth practices from time to time. And, we're inviting youth teams to our games and getting involved in that regard, and visiting schools and maybe hospitals. Obviously these are all just ideas right now for me.
That's good. That's good.
But that's what we need to do. Those are the foundation steps that we need to take. We need to fully engulf ourselves as a hockey program in the university and in the city of Providence.
So, Jimmy, that's part of the standard that coach is talking about. And I can tell you right now, when I was in St. Lawrence, like if you weren't going to work with the kids at school or you weren't using youth practices, you probably were going to have a hard day at practice with us. So I love that coach said that. I'm so excited for you because you didn't bury your head in the sand on this, Tom. Like a lot of people would go pursue a job just to pursue the job. There are challenges with this job. And I think that you understand what the challenges are and you already have a plan, which I think most coaches that would go in there would just want the job and deal with the other stuff later. So I'm really happy for you. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And like I said originally, it's, I'm not one of these guys that's going to apply for, 10 different head coaching jobs just to apply. I want to make sure that it's the right fit for me as a person. And it's an area where I feel like I could have success, and that's how it's been for me my whole career. It's been an uphill battle my entire career, which I like. I love that. I have that blue collared mentality from when I was a player. And I like to carry that into my coaching. And I love rolling up my sleeves and going to work and helping build programs and improve things.
Hey, Jimmy, this is a good question. I'll ask it for you. How many Division I head coaches from the state of Texas are there in Division I hockey?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think there is one.
There you go.
Can use that.
Yep. There we go.
Growing the game. Hey.
Growing the game, Tommy. Growing the game. I love it.
I tell you what, I was lucky growing up down there. My obviously my parents were very supportive. My parents are both from around New York City area. My mom's from Brooklyn, my dad's from Queens. And we actually lived on Long Island until I was 9, and then we moved to Texas. But I was very lucky in Texas. Obviously, the hockey was very limited, especially in Austin. Dallas always had good teams, and they still do. But Austin was very limited. But when I was, I think, probably a Bantam or second-year Pee Wee, we had a couple coaches move to town that were from up north. One of them was Corky Brown from Alaska, and Greg Block. I think Blocker's from Michigan. But they had the hockey background. Before that, we were just being coached by Texas dads, and they were doing the best job they could. But those two guys came in and they really helped our whole group. But me personally, they educated me and my parents on just the whole process, of being a player. I didn't even know what junior hockey was. I just knew that at the time I wanted to go to Maine or I wanted to go to Minnesota because we only got the Frozen Four games on TV in Texas growing up. And in the 90s, Maine and Minnesota were in all those. So that's the only college hockey I ever watched. And I remember, I think I was a Bantam or I had just turned 16, and I said to Corky Brown, my head coach at the time, or assistant coach, and Corky played in the USHL in Dubuque, and again, he was from Alaska. He understood the whole process. I said, "Hey, I want to play college hockey," and he said, "Well, you got to play junior hockey first." And I was like, "Well, what's junior hockey?" I had no idea. So next thing I know, I was on a flight to Sioux City, Iowa, to try out for the Sioux City Musketeers, and went there for a couple of days. I don't think I touched the puck the entire week I was there at training camp. Had some stitches in my chin, and it was a big wake-up call for me. But those guys really helped me for sure, as far as just opening my eyes to how much good hockey's out there and what this process is all about.
Coach, obviously, you've probably had an amazing experience coaching in the Hockey East. It's always one of the best conferences around. How excited are you to move over to the ECAC right now?
Oh, I'm thrilled. What a great conference. Obviously, Quinnipiac just won the whole thing a couple years ago. They've always got teams in the tournament. They've always got teams in the top 10, top 20 in the nation. Extremely competitive league. You look around and some great coaches in the league, right? Obviously, Rand does a great job there. Shafe for years at Cornell, and now Jonesy is there. Obviously, JF and Clarkson coaching the American League. You got Cash at Dartmouth doing a great job. Benny Sire, you can go down the list. So it's an honor, and I feel very, very grateful that I get to be a part of the league.
So when you go up there to St. Lawrence and Canton, you're going to go to Sergi's, and you're going to call me before, and you're going to take your team for dinner there, and I'll make sure it's taken care of.
I appreciate that. I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah. Don't you worry. A few other teams have done it. The Sergi family is unbelievable. It's in Canton, New York. It's a ECAC institution for all hockey teams, and you should bet Carve whenever you play St. Lawrence.
Perfect. Love it. Hey, I'll take anything I can get.
There we go. Hey, we're gonna have to also get him a Lake Placid Brewery there too.
Well, I know that's the whole thing. When Jimmy and I are up in Lake Placid, we got to get Tommy's team up there.
Yep.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Make it to Lake Placid. That's
Lake
the goal.
Placid is pretty special.
Be there consistently.
It's pretty. Jimmy, I just want to say one other thing, because I think Coach Upton's a really good example of a kid that really cares about following their dreams. So you might be from Arizona, you might be from New Mexico, you might be from Texas, you might be from Georgia. I don't know, but you may love hockey like Coach Upton did, and the door never shuts as long as you keep working.
Yep.
And like, I know where he came from. I know about Wisconsin, Stevens Point. I know about the time in Madison. I know about the time at Mercer. Like, I know all these stops that he had. And so there's a guy that got to the top of the mountain because he never quit on his dream. And this for all the young guys out there. You can do it. You just got to want to do it.
Yes.
It's not the most glamorous life till you get to that level.
No.
But it's good. I loved it. I wouldn't trade one of those days ever. You know, Ray Sherrill and I used to get in the car and we would drive all over the place to find players, and we'd sleep in the same room and we'd eat in the same restaurants, and we'd have no money. But we had so much fun.
Oh yeah. That's what makes the memories. You know, it's the tough times you remember. It's not the glitz and glamour that you remember. That's what makes you better.
Totally agree, Coach. Couldn't agree more. I'm so happy for you.
Well, Coach, congratulations. We appreciate you joining us, and hopefully we'll have you on down the line. All right.
That'd be great. Thank you, guys.
See you, Tommy.
New Brown head coach Tom Upton joining us here on the Eye Test. That's right. It's a good story of perseverance right there.
Oh, trust me, it's really good. And the job he did working at UMass, I'm just telling you, I don't want to embarrass him. They brought in some amazing players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they brought in really good. Now, Coach Carville closes a deal, but he goes out with the staff and identifies the players. And they've got a wagon coming.
Yeah, well, good stuff. And I hope, like I said, I hope we can see him up in Lake Placid one year in the near future, Pierre.
I'm encouraged though, Jimmy, because I can tell you the Ivies, they don't play in the portal. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they told him that he can play in the portal,
that's a huge advantage.
Oh my gosh, that changes the dynamic.
Good,
because they got a long way to go.
Yep, but they'll get there. I like how optimistic he is for the challenge in front of him. So good luck to him. And speaking of the ECACs, Pierre, a week from when everyone's watching this, we will be up in Lake Placid already one day into our trip there for the women's ECACs Final Four there. Looking forward to that. I'm going to have everything confirmed by Monday, but as of now, it appears next Thursday, we will be live from Lake Placid Brewery at our normal time, 4 to 5 p.m. And then the following day will be early. We'll be on our Olympic time frame.
Deadline,
it'll be the trade deadline. We'll start at noon and we'll go until 2 and talk and break down all the trades that are coming in as they happen. Looking really forward to that. And then we'll be off to the first set of games that Friday at 4 and then 7 o'clock. And then, of course, the finals on Saturday. And then 2 weeks later, we'll be back in Lake Placid for the ECAC men. So we're going to be spending a lot of time there over the next month, and I can't wait. And big thanks to one of our guests earlier in the week, Doug Christensen, for helping to set that up. We're looking forward to it.
We can't wait. It's such a good conference, and women are so good. They're so, I'm telling you, Jimmy, you were there last. Oh, actually, they weren't there last year. No, the women, you weren't. I was with the women. Last year was at Cornell, and the games were phenomenal. Clarkson, Colgate, Cornell. It was really good.
I remember you all bundled up in the press box doing the interview.
Oh, I was a little chilly, man. It was cold.
Hat on the toque and everything.
I don't know if you remember, but we had like the big snowstorm up there, and it was really windy and cold. It was cold. Yeah, it was cold. Look, I got no insulation, man. It was cold. But I'm pumped for you know what? I'm so jacked up to be at Lake Placid. It's such a good spot.
I am too.
And I'm so glad Commissioner Christensen did this, by the way.
Yep.
Like, people don't, with Nick Zerbinski, people don't realize what those guys have done as a commissioner and deputy commissioner to get the women's tournament into Lake Placid. It's a big task.
Oh, yeah.
And they were able to do it. And I think it's just fantastic.
Yep. So looking forward to that. It'll be great. And Pierre, as I said, as everyone's watching this, it's Friday. There was a big college hockey game on Thursday. We're recording on Thursday, so we don't know who won that game between Minnesota and Michigan, but we will see. All right, let's get to our sponsors, Pierre, and let's tell everybody where to go when they're in Montreal for the best Italian meal around. That's right, Vago Italian, where they have combined old school world classics and new Italian dishes for over 23 years. Private dining rooms for any occasion, open Monday to Saturday evenings and lunch from Tuesday to Friday. They are located 1336 Green Avenue, Westmount. For reservations, call 514-846-1414. Again, that's 514-846-1414. And of course, our wonderful sponsors over at Betway, where you can still go all the way with Betway and bet those beauties. If you're not a member, go to that QR code right in front of you, or go to the members section on the website and fill out your details, and you will get the amazing deal of up to $300 back on your first deposit, even if you lose your first bet. You must be 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Always bet responsibly. And again, the offer is not available in Ontario. And I got a couple college picks for you, 3 to be exact, actually. BC and BU reigniting the rivalry again. The last time they met, Boston College took care of business at TD Garden in the Beanpot Final to win the Beanpot for the first time since 2016. Now they will play again at BU on Com Ave. This is now the 301st Battle of Com Ave between the two longtime rivals. I like Boston College on the puck line here, -1.5 at +154 value. Then we'll go to the aforementioned UMass Amherst. Minutemen are in Stores, Connecticut to take on the Yukon Huskies. Still haven't been to that arena yet, Pierre. We got to get down there too.
Which rink?
What's it, Toscano? Is that what they call it?
Toscano. I've been there many times.
I got to get there. I still have not been there.
I broadcast a UMass game from there. I went to 2 Colgate games there. I watched Northeastern play there, men and women. I've been there a lot. It's a beautiful rink, especially the glass at the one end of the building, which exposes all the outdoor light. No, it's a nice building. It's intimate. It's about I want to say like a little under 3,000 with seats, but then when it's all standing room, it's a nice building, and the concessions are really good. No, it's a nice building, very nice.
That's on the list. Well, I think they're going to see a great game there in Stores. I think it'll be a goaltending battle. That's why I'm taking the under 6 at -130 value. And then my final pick for the weekend, North Dakota at Western Michigan on Friday night. North Dakota, the underdogs going in there. This is going to be a great game, I think. I'm going to say North Dakota with the slight win there. Give me them at +114 value as the underdogs. Pierre, we're getting all these games. Everyone's playing interconference now, and we've got all the conference tournaments will be starting up shortly. What's it like when you're in this period where the season's winding down, you know the tournament's right in front of you? How do you stay grounded and stay in the moment, or how does a coach keep
you guys? The coaches have a lot of power on that. I'm glad you asked that.
Yep.
With our teams at St. Lawrence that were very good, and our teams at Babson, which were very good, like 5 straight years I was with teams that were really, really top end.
Mm-hmm.
You got grind, and you're not the most popular cat around. You know what I mean? Like, if you're worried about popularity contests, then you're not in the right job. You got push, you got to grind, you got to challenge guys, you got to make sure everything's precise.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. If you go offside on a power play, you're not doing the right thing. So that's one of the cardinal sins. So if you see that in practice, you blow the whistle, say, do it again. If you're playing 3-on-3 down low and you got bad switch calls and it ends up in the goal, and obviously it's practice, most guys just let it go. No, you blow the whistle, say, sorry, you 2 guys do it again because your switches were bad. So you basically break it down to the finest entities of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you leave no room for misunderstanding. You either do it correctly or you don't do it correctly. But here you're going to do it correctly. And none of that changed. Jimmy, like my mentor, Scotty Bowman, Tommy Upton's mentor is Greg Carville. Greg Carville got a lot of stuff from me, who I got from Bowman.
Yep.
So you don't leave little things aside. You challenge guys all the time. And I know some guys misunderstand it more today than they did maybe when I was doing it, but that hasn't changed.
No.
If you look at Florida, you think everybody marvels. How did Florida make all these defensemen so much better?
Mm-hmm.
How did Kulikov get better? How did Nate Schmidt get better? How did Seth Jones get so much better?
Yeah. Yep.
How did Gustav Forsling get so much better? And I'll tell you how he did. Paul Maurice doesn't mess around. He's got a lot of experience. And Sylvain Lefebvre learned from Jacques Laperriere, and he learned from Pat Burns, and he learned from all those Montreal Canadiens situations and Toronto Maple Leaf situations. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
So you get guys that have been through that stuff. And that's what bothers me so much about the new NHL quote unquote hiring practice.
Mm-hmm.
We're not hiring people that have the right experience. We're hiring people that are slick.
Yep.
Slick doesn't work now.
No, you're right.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Robbie Zettler is a perfect example in a positive way. So John Cooper, unfortunately, and you correctly brought it up yesterday, his father had passed away, John Cooper, so he's not there. So Jeff Alpern, who played at Princeton, and Robbie Zettler are running the bench. And everybody's marveling at how's Tampa doing it with all these injuries on their defense? Because Robbie Zettler knows how to make guys better.
Yeah.
And it's all about finite details in the game.
Yep.
I remember when Robbie was playing in San Jose, and he was a useful defenseman. I was coaching in the league. You could see, though, he was a student of the game.
Awesome.
And I'll get off my soapbox now. I just want guys to get better. That's my whole thing.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
And that's all I talk to Jimmy every day about getting better every day. That's the whole thing. Get better every day.
Sure. Well, listen.
Badger Bob Johnson, that was his biggest thing. He said, find a way to get better every day.
There you go. There you go. That's how you got to do it. All right. Well, listen, it's been a great week on the eye test. We appreciate all the listeners and viewers out there. And, of course, the wonderful job done by our great producer, Shane, up in Montreal. Pierre, you have a wonderful weekend, my friend. I'm sure we'll be in touch multiple times. And, Shane, you as well. And everyone else out there, enjoy the hockey. And we'll talk to you back here on the eye test on Monday on the Sick Podcast Network.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Eye Test with Pierre McGuire and Jimmy Murphy on YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.